Hi guys, so here is your very quick pick a card reading for the month of November. What's going to go on with November? General events, general reading. So if you feel drawn to more than one card or all three cards, feel free to pick them. So this is going to be card number 1, the blue howlite crystal. Same format I'm doing as the October reading, since you guys like that one. Card number 2, blue apatite, and card number 3, lapis lazuli. So, blue howlite. If you feel drawn to this stone or this deck, pick this. Blue apatite, lapis lazuli. When you're ready, let me know. Let's begin. Card number 1. If you picked blue howlite. These are the events for you for the month of November. So I'm getting the impressions of justice, but at the same time, ulterior motives. Like I'm getting the impression that you don't feel maybe as accomplished this month, even though you're going to be doing a lot. Like you're very well going to be doing a lot and having that fulfillment around you. But I'm more so getting the impression that like you don't feel satisfied within yourself. No matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, it's like nothing gets done. And it's like a constant like, look how their heads are down. Like you're tackling the day and you're doing the things that you must do. But ultimately nothing gets done. Or at least you feel like it. You're actually going to be continuing to make a lot of progress this coming month of November, but it's never going to feel like enough. It's always going to feel as if something more needs to be done or has to be done. Even the horse is sad. Like, I don't know, I'm just getting that vibe. Like, look, she's like, and she's looking back. And even the bird is like, Like, I'm getting a very sad vibe this month. And maybe that's why I intuitively picked blue colors. There's some sadness or something you're going to hear that's going to be like, oof. You know, it's not going to be good news to you, or it's going to feel like a loss, or it's going to feel like a disappointment. It's also going to feel like this is a very airy reading. Like wands sometimes are still portrayed as like air, even though they're fire, but the swords are air for the most part. So it's air dominant. Even to see the clouds in the backdrop. Birds, air, you know. Horse, swift as air. Sword, swift as air. Same as wands. And it feels like it's just going to be like cloudy, or it's just going to be like the weather change, but you're going to feel cloudy, and like your internal climate is changing as well. Maybe some of you will get sick. Some of you will be under the weather. And honestly, what you're hearing about, like there's not going to be good news next month at all. Like you're not going to hear about good news. You're just going to hear about sadness and loss. And it's just going to be a lot of just cleansing, but sadness at the same time. And you're empathically going to pick up a lot of those energies, and it's just not going to feel like a good turnout, but trust that overall things will end up good. They just have to be like worse temporarily before they really improve. But you're adorned, you're putting on this position, you're still like going to work. You know, you're even dressing nicer to like appear happier to others, but deep down inside, you know, I don't know. Like not everything that glitters is gold, but you're going to want to appear impressive or content or happy or fulfilled to your peers, and it's not going to be that way. You want to put on a show to your coworkers, but it's almost like you want to try to cheer them up as well, because you know how bad things are now. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting for the month of November. So, simple November reading. for card number 1. I didn't have much time today, but when I do, I'll do more pick-a cards. Card 2, if you pick the blue apatite, we have 10 of Cups, similar to the Lovers. Someone is preparing for a child. Someone is planning a future. To have a newborn, to have a baby. You're working hard to do it. You're working hard to make it happen, and it will. You want a new life to form. See, there's like a baby on the way or a new life. Some of you, even a new pet. You're working really difficult to make this happen. Like, it's almost like you're trying too hard this month. Card number 2. Again, this is a general reading, so it's for some of you, so whatever I guess we feel drawn to or pick up, that's the message for you. Yeah, you will reap the rewards of this harvest, but it will be strenuous work. It will be challenging. It will face your fears. This new life will face your fears. You will love this being like no tomorrow and like nobody's business, and you will do anything you can for them. You'll work hard for them. But for the most part, it's like, it's a teamwork. It feels like you're going to do more of the efforts because I'm seeing this male energy. Maybe most of you watching are male or your partner's male, but it's going to feel as if like you're doing most of the work here. And the other one is just more passive or just kind of like taking care of other business. Like some partners usually do the work. Other partners are like the housewife or at home taking care of. Is there such thing as a house husband? Probably. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to bring in the money. You're going to have to make more money for this child or this newborn. It's just like you're going to either that or, like I said, adopt a pet or it more feels like that, like a relationship, partnership kind of thing. You having to work toward a goal to make this happen. Like it's almost like maybe you got married and then, now you're planning children, you know? So things are going to go pretty like fast paced with that. And going to have to progress and move onwards with your life and move forward. You're building this future with this individual. It's not you just alone, although it's going to feel like you're lonely for a while because they're either going to be with this baby or this, I don't know, this puppy or whatever all the time, and you're just going to be so busy focused working and bringing bread on the table. You know, it almost feels like you're just taking care of a wife and kids if you're, you know, a man, or you know, hey, it could go all ways, you know. It doesn't have to always be, you know. You will definitely have that to bring out that energy in you. And it's funny because I rarely ever see cups, pentacles, wands. Like you're gonna have to transition into this new person to get there, you know, like cups, emotions, pentacle, more grounding things, wands, more forceful, fierce energies. So it's like you're gonna notice, like with this new life, new energies come in as well. It's gonna be amazing for you. And it got really dark because I think it's about to rain. Let me open the shutter. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of new energies this month of November. If this doesn't happen in November, you're at the very least planning for it, and you're going to have to work really hard to make it happen. So that is basically card number 2. And finally, if you picked card number 3, the lapis lazuli. Conflict. Very rare. I see all upside down. Not good. I feel like this is a very conflicting month for a lot of people anyway, but I am sensing that the energies, they're telling me you're going to have a fight or a conflict, perhaps even with your neighbor. You're going to have a disagreement. It's going to feel like maybe you went broke, or like a money, like a lot of emergency expenses may come up this month, so be sure to save and prepare, okay? And you may want to have to want to travel somewhere, go somewhere. Not going to happen. There's going to be new restrictions this month, and you will not be able to. The borders will be closed off. That's what I'm sensing here. A lot is going to go down in November. A lot, let's put it that way. So financially, you may not feel ready to go, or it almost feels as if the reason I'm getting this conflict or this argument, you already know it's all upside down, but I'm just going to flip them upside down. Upright, I mean, so I could see better and envision it. But these are all in reverse, so. But just to make it easier on me. But it feels like this conflict with this person is the reason you can't go. Or like maybe you guys were planning a trip together and now you got into a fight and you can't go. Or maybe they were supposed to give you like a little money to help you for the trip and now you got into a fight and now you can't go because you can't afford it. I'm getting that kind of an impression. A lot of it is the pentacles and the swords, like swift moving action, you know, you going and venturing off. It may end up that you just don't go at all this month, and it may end up you go next month or next year, since the year is almost over. You kind of have to let the cycle of this year to finish to be able to even afford to go, or to go in general. It feels like one of those dream trips, and you're really disappointed, and you're in sadness a little while. And you're like, why did this have to happen? Why did we have to fight now? Why did we have to argue now? But a lot of those chaotic energies are mixing in this month, okay? Whoever picked card number 3. So you also almost feel like nothing even appreciates you or accepts you this month or likes you. Like you're gonna feel like even the animals are looking at you funny, or I don't know, even though it's not true, it's gonna feel kind of that way. Maybe even a little off-putting, maybe a little, I don't see angry energies. You're just going to be very like, wow, I can't believe that happened. And this quick, like over some bickering argument back and forth. Maybe you guys were deciding where to go and you had a disagreement, and now they're saying, well, I'm paying for the trip, so I get to decide where to go, and now you guys are in a fight. And you're like, oh, well, you don't have to give me money. I'll go myself, you know, something like that. Some petty argument or disagreement. Even the legs crossed. You're like, you know what? I don't even want to go to begin with. Or you did something to sabotage the trip. Because sometimes when we get things easily to us, it's like we try to sabotage it because it's not really meant for us, you know. Things happen or flow easier when you're on the vibration of that thing. So if it's forced, pushed, if you're begging to go there, then it's just not going to work. Some of this is also furthering and developing your friendship as well. Is going to slow down this month or come to a complete halt. Maybe you even take a few weeks off. Stop talking to each other because you need time away because of this tensions. Maybe you were used to going over their house often, and I don't know, like you look forward to seeing their dog more than seeing them, you know, like everything becomes clear this month. Like, wow, maybe our friendship wasn't really built on a sturdy foundation to begin with, and it comes crumbling down. And you need to go and find other friends, or just be off alone for a while. That's probably the best thing to do. So that is pretty much it. I am seeing you're going to end up venturing off, but you're going to go alone. And money's going to be tight. But it's also telling me you need to save more and not go at all. Because your trip is going to be hell. Like, it's not going to work out. It wasn't even going to work out if you go with this person. It's just not going to work out in general. Just do not go at all, no matter what. Stay indoors, you know. You're gonna have to. It's almost like will have no choice this month anyway, even if you wanted to. Like, it's gonna have to. Your trip is gonna get canceled. It's just not gonna work out. So don't even bother. Save your money. Plan and prepare for other scenarios that you will need to plan and prepare for. Try not to go anywhere this month because you're just gonna notice the vibe will be off the whole trip. The flight attendants will be sassy with you. The TSA check-in will be rude. I mean, it's going to be one of those trips that just nothing goes your way. You're going to crash into someone's mailbox with a rental car. I mean, you know, it's going to be one of those trips. It's just better off to let the dust settle before you go, because I feel like this decision to go is too rushed, and you need to wait until the right time for it to be the perfect, ideal getaway. And it's not going to be with this person. They're like, bye-bye. It's almost like they don't even want to talk to you after this. And you're like, you know what? Wow, I was just better off, like, just shutting up and just going myself. That's what it's really going to feel like. Again, it's general, so for whatever you picked up in this reading, that's the vibration for you, okay? Or if you felt more drawn to other cards, that as well, like my card 1 and card 2. Thank you very much for watching, Universe Darlings. That was all the cards. And I hope you enjoyed this general reading for the month of November. And some of it, if not all of it, resonated with you. And you like more, I can do more, even for the month of December and other subjects if I have time. We'll see.